All right. Let me check something out real quick. Let me see something. Hold on for a second. Let me do it. All right. Let me check something out real quick. Let me see something. Hold on for a second. Let me do it. All right. Let me check something out real quick. Let me see something. Hold on for a second. Let me do it. All right. Let me check something out real quick. Let me see something. Hold on for a second. Let me do it. All right, I was given a different kind of sound check because I don't sound so much like I'm in a vacuum. That's because I have experimented in the whole mic game. And we finna go ahead and get this thing cracking. Let me go ahead and get everybody who want to join. Because this is a basketball night here, boy. We finna talk that basketball. And then I think I got this new mic that's working like a motherfucker too. Woo. Let me see something. See, I think I got this one. Let me show y'all how this works, man. So I got this new mic, you know what I'm saying? Bars, right? Don't sound such like a vacuum or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Let me move that out the camera though, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all can hear my voice. Slide that out the way. We don't need all that. It look like a Tyler Perry movie with that mic right there. But y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. Yeah. It's your boy Zone6 coming at you with another video. Live in HD. Straight off the temple. No pad or pencil. Come on, let's get this working here, man. Y'all already know what we here for. All right, this is basketball talk. Y'all know what it is. And we ain't going to hold y'all up too much more in the game. You know what? Let me do something. I think, which one of these I like? I'm going to take these off. I think I wore those last time. I think I like these right here. These got a glare in them. Hold on, let me see something. Let me figure out which one I want to do before we start talking about this basketball. I like these better. We'll save these for next time. Yeah, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great, man. Especially with this microphone plugged up and getting it in, so it's going down. All right, man. So without further ado, we finna cook on this basketball talk. All the basketball fans, man, you are welcome to join. K, I see you. John, I see you. The link is in the chat. Let's continue this conversation about basketball. Last time we talked about basketball, we talked about LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Okay, the link is out. The link has been sent. Let's go on to cook on this shit. So first of all, man, I was telling a lot of people that Denver would win the series, right? I was talking to a couple of my partners last night, and they thought that maybe the series would extend because the NBA is rigged, and they want to make as much money as possible. So they're going to want to have the game be extended for some miracle odd reason to make more money. So it has been suggested. But it's my opinion that they weren't gonna play around with them. And that's Denver against Miami. All right. And I believe that Denver showed up and showed out. So one of the top questions now that the series is over with and Denver and the Miami Heat series has concluded, my question to you guys is, what do you guys think about Giannis and the Joker comparison? They both have one ring. They both have final MVP. They both are back-to-back NBA seasonal MVPs. And they got two different big man games. So Giannis is more of a, it goes with the name, Greek freak, physical, dominant player. Going to get you about 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks, high percentage shot in the paint, 70%, sometimes 60, sometimes 80, depending on the night. Fairly decent free throw shooter for a big man. And this is in Giannis, right? Joker has a great mid-range to outside game. He also can be very, very tricky, very, very clever down in the paint with his passing ability, things of that nature. We're gonna we finna bring my boys over. So you got some feedback in the background. I just had to mute you. I don't know why that is like that, but you got some feedback because I want Zoe Money to get in here because Zoe Money actually selected Denver to win it all because that's his team. Let me see how you sound. Go ahead, Zoe.
Am I good now? Okay, no doubt. Yeah, man. How about them Nuggets, man? Yes, champions, baby. Let's get it, man. I called it at the beginning of the year, man. Hey, man, I told y'all once everybody healthy, man, is going down. Can't nobody stop us. Big dog. Hey, let me hit you back. Zone, I'm gonna come right back.
All right, Zoe said he'll be back. But anyway, so the question is about the NBA Finals, right? Denver versus the Heat. The question is, who do you have as a better player, the Joker or Giannis? Also, is this a new era in which the Joker, Giannis, and Embiid will be the superstars of the future? Or is it still LeBron James and Stephen Curry and your Kevin Durant's and your Kawhi Leonard's? Are those guys still the guys to beat, right? Because those are probably the top 4 guys in the league that has actually won something and contributed to the NBA, right? Kawhi Leonard has 2. Durant is sitting on 2 rings as well. Curry is sitting on 4. LeBron James is sitting on 4. Obviously, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green is the partners in crime. You also got Kyrie Irving, who has 1. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like that. So, but those are the main four that you're going to kind of point to: Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, right? Obviously, Westbrook and James Harden could be in that company, but they're just not in that company because they just haven't won anything. So, Greek and Joker has won something and put themselves above, in my opinion, your Chris Pauls, who haven't won one, no disrespect. Paul George, James Harden, and Embiid. Man, I know every year they try to put Embiid in the runnings, but I'm just not a big fan of Embiid, especially not on an MVP level. I think that Giannis should have 3, and I think the Joker should have 2. I think Joker should have won the league MVP this year. I think they just be giving your boy Embiid courtesy consideration. I think that's what they tend to do. I think that's what they often do. And I'm just not a big fan of that. I'm just not into that MVP type of setting for Embiid. I don't think he does enough on a consistent basis. I think that he's solid. I think that he's good. I think he's a credible player. I think he's a good big man. I think he got some skills, but I just don't believe in him to that degree to suggest that he's all of that on the level of some MVP status. All right. And that's just my opinions and that's my thoughts. I'm going to let Zoe Money go ahead and cook on them Denver Nuggets because that's his team. Go ahead and do your thing.
Yes, we champs, boy. They can't say that guy. I told y'all when we was healthy, man, y'all was in trouble, man. We finally had the whole squad together healthy, and the addition of Aaron Gordon. That helped out big time. You feel what I'm saying? I told everybody, man, Denver was a problem, man, but everybody kind of shunned them because Jamal Murray been hurt, and people was questioning his comeback, that he was going to be who he said he was going to be. You feel me? And, hey, man, them Nuggets, stand up, man. Let's do it, man. We going to run one back next year, man. Ain't nobody stopping us, man. Yeah, it's over with, boy. It's a new era of basketball, man.
Let me ask you a question, Zoe Money. You think Denver gonna run it back? You think they're gonna go ahead and hit that thing back to back?
I think it's like an 85% chance because you do have Phoenix out there. You know what I mean? Then you do also have Sacramento, who's a sleeper team. Then if Ja Morant get his stuff together, depending on how this suspension go, you got Memphis. You know what I mean? But other than that, Kawhi stay hurt for the Clippers. You know what I mean? Paul George get hurt every other year. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't really see nobody in the West stopping us from getting back to the finals. Other than that.
Hey, Joe, man, let me tell you something. You be cooking, man, but wherever you was at last time, your internet was coming in good. But when you be outside or wherever you at, it be kind of choppy, and I want to get you coming through clear because you be cooking. Because I'm finna start asking questions, and you finna probably start blazing, and I want to make sure you come in clear.
All right, that's bad. Am I clear now? Because I'm outside.
Yeah, that spot right there, what you in is good. So now, okay. So let's go ahead. All right, because we finna get really deep into this thing, really started. So look, let me ask you this. Okay, so first, and I want that robot sound and shit like that. So I'm trying to make sure you all the way in here before we start. So I always get like a grace period. Okay, so look, the real NBA talk now. Let's start with the MVP this year. Do you think Joel Embiid deserved to be the MVP?
Did Joel Embiid deserve to be MVP this year?
Yeah, who you had as your MVP this year?
It was between Joel and Jokic.
Okay, so I had Jokic
because Joel played. But then you can't leave out Giannis.
I had Joker and Giannis. That's my two. I think Embiid got it based on improvement, but I think it was still between Joker and the Greek, right? I think that's the two that it was around. I don't think Embiid. I think Embiid have done better, but I think it was between those two, and I think Joker should have got it this year.
Number one, Number one, I had Jokic. Number two, I had Giannis. Number three, I had Embiid. But
Okay. Yeah.
because but towards the end of the year, Giannis got hurt. You feel me, in the playoffs. And
Mhm.
and also, like, Giannis had a few games that he missed, like, towards the end of the season. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that might have what escalated Joel Embiid, because Joel Embiid, the 76ers was cooking. But then they finished number 2 in the bracket on the East, right?
Yeah.
No, they won number 2. Boston was number 2. Because
It's the Boston number
number
2.
1 was, who was number 1? Yeah, the Milwaukee. Milwaukee was number 1. Boston was number 2. 76ers finished number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I mean,
Boston
I felt like
we was the 8th seed. Boston number 1 because we had to play them first, and we was the 8th seed.
76ers ended up being number 1.
No. I'm saying Milwaukee was number 1 because the Hawks had to play them because we was the 8th seed. Man, we played them in the first round. We went to the game, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Because we was in the play. We went to the playoff game to go see. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep. So yeah, I mean, Joel Embiid had a hell of a season, man. He had a hell of a season. Like, he improved dramatically from last year. But like you said, I had Giannis number 1 at the beginning of the year, but then also Jokic slight, like a tie for the number 1 spot. But Jokic definitely number 2. You feel what I'm saying? But and Joel Embiid number 3. I mean, they was the 3 top players, I believe, this year in the league. You know what I mean? So I really think Jokic could have got that, though, because Jokic just man, that man played out his mind this year, bro. Like, nobody could stop him. Nobody could stop him. And this was one of the first years I really seen Jokic actually play defense. You know what I mean? The Joker, man, that man a real problem, man. Like, on both sides of the ball, you know what I mean? If he could be more consistent defensive, I don't see nobody that could really get in front of him for the MVP. You know what I mean? But Giannis is a monster on ends of the court. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a person that we can't leave out. A lot of people saying he the new best of this era. You feel what I'm saying? Potentially. You know what I mean? I believe Giannis is a Greek freak, and can't nobody stop him. And if he get the right, aura, and again, back in Milwaukee, I think they'll be back in the finals from the East. You know what I mean? I don't really see nobody that can really beat them when they fully solid and, everybody had a good time enough to play together. Because Chris Middleton, this was his year back off an injury. So, he kind of rusty. You feel what I'm saying? He had been gone for quite some time, and that chemistry was gone from when they won the title. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think there will be a much better team in the East next year. You know what I mean? If everybody stay together, if they keep that same core group of people, I think they're going right back in contention for the Eastern Conference Finals. You know what I mean? And I really think they'll take the East. You know what I mean? But that boy Jokic, man, like, he could have been the MVP. Truly, he could have, because he was consistent all year on fire, man. He was doing it to big and bad teams. The only person that really challenged him was Joel Embiid when Joel dropped 40 plus on him. You know what I mean? The first game, the second game, Jokic didn't play. You know, so that was the highlight performance, I believe, because they judge off of that when the big matchups face each other. You feel what I'm saying? When MVP candidates face each other, you know what I mean? They always judge that as a game that determines factor if they both have teams, meaning 1, 2, 3, finishing at the end.
So you think that played real in the outcome of that game?
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I believe that has something to do with it.
Yeah. He showed up on the time when they played each other at the I remember that.
I definitely believe that has something to do with it. You think when it's all said and done, you really could have gave it to Jokic.
Right? So listen. So you think they got a chance to going back? Let's talk about some of these free agency shakeups, right? That may change that. Let's say Denver is the team to beat because they are the champs. They get back in there, right? What does Chris Paul's free agency move look like, and what impact is it going to have on the NBA? Because they talking about this guy lining up with LeBron James and going into probably the Lakers, going into the Lakers.
Who going to the Lakers?
Chris Paul. They saying Chris Paul is a free agent. Yeah, Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul, man. I think Chris Paul best years is behind him, man. Like, honestly, the Lakers could use somebody different. I think they should go after Damian Lillard, but he re-signed with Portland. They let him re-sign with Portland when they could have made a power move for him. You feel what I'm saying? Personally, Chris Paul, I think he done, man. I know he a great ring general. You know what I mean? He is awesome when it comes to the general on that flow, man. But he just ain't the same Chris Paul, bro. And he breaking down. You know, he old. You feel me? So a lot of injuries just coming out now with him, man. It's just father time catching up, man. I think his best year to win was that year he was in the Western Conference Finals. You know what I mean? And after that, it's just been injury after injury.
You talking about with
every
him
time
and,
he's always been to
talking about with him and James Harden when they with their Rockets when they they had a shot, but they lost to the Warriors that year in the conference finals.
I know, in a 7-game series.
Yep, they came down to game 7. That's when Harden would drop 60 points. Harden dropping 60 points. Damn near went on that stretch of dropping 60 and like triple doubles.
Yes, sir.
Triple doubles. Yeah, he was. He was killing it.
That boy was on fire, man. That's when Harden was that man. You know what I mean? Ever since then, Harden declined too. You know what I mean?
What you think about Boston too? Like, so ping pong between the East and the West, right? So, okay, we talked about LeBron James and Michael Jordan a little bit last time on a previous podcast. Now that we kind of got an understanding on what you think about LeBron James, where do you see him? Do you see him retiring? And if he do retire, how do you feel that impacts the NBA or the Lakers?
I think the Lakers fall by the wayside for a couple of years till they get it together. Unless they catch some hot players, you know what I mean? If he does retire and they catch some hot players like in the market, you know what I mean, this free agency year, you know what I mean, then they could possibly be contenders, but it's who are they going to catch to put in the lane? You feel what I'm saying? Because that's some big shoes to fill with LeBron James, you know what I mean? So you probably need two solid, you know, players that's going to get you buckets, that's going to pick up for that, because LeBron did a lot, you know what I mean, as in rebounds and, you know, passing, but this was one of his lesser years this year, you know what I mean? We could see the decline, Father Time catching up with him, you know what I mean? So, personally, I just see the Lakers on a decline, you know what I mean, unless they amazingly grab some people that we didn't see coming. You know, some stars of the day, you know what I mean, that's in free agency, but I don't know who in free agency right now, you know what I mean? So, you know, at the end of the day, I don't know. Lakers, I see them going down, and then Boston, I don't know. It just depends on what Jaylen Brown go. If Jaylen Brown Boston, then I consider them still a threat in the East. You know what I mean? Possibly. You know what I mean? But if Jaylen Brown don't stay with Boston, I think they decline as well, because that's a tandem in duo that you got with him and Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? Like, and then the crazy part is Jaylen Brown was more consistent. I believe he was the bigger superstar. Honestly, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but I believe he was the more consistent, and he played both sides of the ball. He's like a two-way player. You know what I mean? So I personally think if they lose Jaylen Brown, that's going to be a big hurt to their team, unless they can bring in somebody with superstar status that can pick up where he left off, or better. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think Brown, but see, he fractured his face this year, and I think that kind of slowed his momentum down. He definitely was a dog, and he definitely was doing his thing up until that fracture or that face injury that he had. It kind of
Yeah,
slowed him down.
yeah,
I agree with Boston. I think Boston is almost there. They're knocking at the door, but they just need to figure some other things out, man. I don't know
yeah.
what it is and what it
I,
ain't.
I think they need to get rid of Marcus Smart, even though I know that's a big ass to say, and I know a lot of Boston fans are gonna be upset with me with that. But I think they need a premier point guard to lead that team. You know what I mean? I think that's really what they're missing. You know what I mean? And also a solid big man.
Circling back around, could that be Chris Paul? Could Chris Paul
Hmm.
could Chris Paul fit in Boston with a Marcus Smart? Maybe that takes some of that pressure
Yeah.
off. But could that work?
Maybe that could work. That could definitely work. If Marcus Smart coming off the bench and you got Chris Paul starting, that could definitely work because that's a double defensive tandem on both sides. Because Chris Paul is well known for steals, so is Marcus Smart. You know what I mean? So that is definitely a really good move if they could make that happen. That would be awesome. You know what I mean? I would love to see Chris Paul with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That and Robin Williams back there. That's a
Yeah,
nice.
that'd be a
Yeah,
good lineup. That'd be a good landing spot possibly
yes,
Chris for Chris Paul. I think so. Man, what you think about Kawhi Leonard, man? Do you think is his knees and his body just done, or is it some hope for this guy?
I think he got the Brandon Roy effect, man. Remember Brandon Roy?
Yeah, man, I like Brandon Roy, man. Brandon
He
Roy was
was
my guy, man,
he
over
was
there in
a
Portland, man.
monster.
Yeah,
He
man, he
was
was
a monster
yeah, he was a
at
monster. Yeah,
Portland, bro. But
he just fell off.
but he
It just his
couldn't stay. He couldn't. Yup, them knees, them ankles, them knees, them ankles, them knees, man. He just can't get over the hump. It's like Kawhi is great if he can play. You can't stop him. You know what I mean? Kawhi is a real problem. Everybody knows that. He showed that. You know what I mean? Throughout his career, you know what I mean? But he cannot stay. Every time you turn around, bro, this man get injured and he sit out longer than his injury is actually lasted for. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And
Yeah, I do.
and you if you the superstar on your team, bro, you got to be able to be on the floor when it count. You know, even when you hurt, bro. Like we don't watch plenty of situations. Iverson with the broke finger, Kobe with the broke wrist. You know what I mean? Jordan with the flu. You know what I mean? Like we watch plenty of situations where superstars have sacrificed themselves for the greater good. You know what I mean? And if you're not willing to go there for your team, you know what I mean? Then what is there really to say, big dog?
Yeah, I agree, man.
You
I
know what I
agree.
mean? Like.
So into this, I'm gonna say this too. So you think this your synopsis of the NBA? This is what you got going on. You saying that you got Denver with a high percentage chance to repeat if they keep that team intact and obviously taking away the X factor of injuries, right? LeBron James, you think he kind of just not necessarily just not good, but he just kind of just getting in that space where Father Time kind of might play a role in that shit.
I agree. I
Yeah,
concur with that, bro.
I lock
Like
in with
that's a
that.
sad case because I really wanted to see Kawhi, Paul George, and Westbrook this year. I really wanted to see what they could do together, and I think they'll be a tandem. But the question is, can Paul George stay uninjured? Can Kawhi stay uninjured? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
I
think
just,
I think with the NBA, I think we have the rise of two possible new superstars within and I think Curry's still in there because he did split. We had Giannis, then we had Curry, and then we got Joker. Joker
yeah,
and Giannis been in the league about 10 years apiece. I think Giannis been in 1 year longer than him. So one been in, I think 11, and the other been in 10, or it's 10 and 9, one or the other. But both of them got final MVPs. They got Western Conference MVP, right? And then the Eastern Conference MVP your boy Greek. Unless they didn't do it that year. The first year was when last year, right? Was last year the first year, or was it
Yeah,
the year before that?
yeah. I think
Last year,
last year was the first year.
yeah,
Yeah,
with Tatum and Curry. And then not Giannis, but Jokic got it this year, and Tatum got it again this year, right? Eastern Conference
right,
MVP. Yeah, so
right.
he got it twice, and then Joker got it,
Yeah,
and then Steph Curry got it last year. So
yeah.
that's something added on extra. So who do you think probably is the best between your boy on the Denver Nuggets and my boy in Milwaukee? Who do you think is the best right now in the new era between those two, Giannis and the Joker?
I got to say, I got to say, Giannis right now, just because he's an unstoppable force. But also on the back end, Joker is a problem too, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to stop Joker, bro. But one of the few players that I seen give Joker major problems was Embiid and Giannis. You know what I mean? And that's the it's how the cookie crumble, man. Because Milwaukee and Denver went split the series this year, and Joker had times where he looked really good, against Giannis. But Giannis also dominated defensively, so it's and offensively, you know what I mean? So, but also Jokic got off, you know what I mean, the first whichever how that split went. When Denver won, Jokic took off, you know what I mean? But Giannis still shined in that game, you know what I mean? Even though Jokic took off. You feel what I'm saying? But in Giannis game, Jokic had a subpar game, but still Giannis shined. Like Giannis is just that man is like from another earth, bro. Like he just, bro, 6'11", 7 foot, playing small forward, and he fast like that and he long like that. He just reached and he had to go like few steps in. You know what I mean? That man is a problem, bro. And he play both sides of the ball like viciously. And
Yeah,
I just
he that two-way player that we like, and I rock with that. And I'm gonna say this too. Um, I got Greek as the better between the two.
yeah
Because sometimes with Joker, this is what I don't like. It seems like he shrink when he go against physically dominant
yeah
player. Now, however,
yeah
he made some stride this year because the matchup against AD, he did his thing. Because AD
yeah
used
he
to
did.
and AD still is a problem. He just injury prone, and he's kind of falling to the
Mm,
wayside. Rise of the Joker, Embiid, and Greek, obviously. But AD was handling
but
his business, but Joker got off on him in that series.
but
Joker
80,
got,
80 too soft. 80
exactly.
too soft. Everybody know he a finesse player. He not
Yeah.
a gorilla in the paint. He never has been. Now, as far as defense, he could get you blocks, but AD is not a gorilla in the paint, bro. Like, and Joker is a monkey in there. You know what I mean, bro? Is heavy and strong. You know what I mean? That's why he be shooting shots over everybody, man. You can't do nothing with him because he's so strong. Like, just look at how he did, your boy from Miami. You know what I mean? What's your boy name? Adebayo. He
Yeah,
he
bam.
was he yeah, he was I mean, he was really putting body. Bam could not stop him from scoring. Also, Jokic couldn't stop Bam from scoring. But Bam is not that strong on defense. You feel what I'm saying? As everybody try to make him out to be. You feel what I'm saying? But Jokic is just strong. Like he's like an ox in the paint. You know what I mean? But yeah, AD is just too weak. He's soft, but AD will shoot your lights out. You know what I mean? AD will drop 50 on you anytime.
The mid range and the long range game that AD got is A1.
Yeah.
Do you think that shit working with AD and LeBron James? You think that's a good pairing, man, or that's just some superstar team building shit that shouldn't really be locked in, or is it just
I,
really AD just fucking it up, or just the chemistry? What do you think it is with the Lakers? And now, I
I
mean, I know they're making the playoffs, but what it is that won't allow them to get over the top? Now, I know they got over the top with the bubble win, and you got to respect that. But maybe you think the Lakers and AD and LeBron is doing a good job, and they just fell short this year. But do you think that's a good pairing,
no
and do you think they?
sir.
Okay, why not? Why not? Why not? Cook on it.
Bruh, because LeBron is a ball hog. Not a ball hog because he passed the ball, but LeBron is a ball dominant player, bro. And he take away from players. I've been saying that for years, bro. When he when he people, he take away from their game because he always has to have the ball in his hand. I've been saying for years, if LeBron could learn how to play off the ball sometimes, he would have more championships, bro. I really believe that, bro. But he always got to have the ball in his hand. And sometimes LeBron don't make the best decisions. Sometimes he have a lot of turnovers. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Let your point guard.
He got the most turnovers in history. So we know he turned over the ball. That's not a fact. He got the all-time leading accumulative total for turnovers in NBA history. So that's you.
Right.
You ain't lying about not making the best decisions. So go ahead.
And
I'm listening.
I just no, you good. I like that you added that, but at the end of the day, bro, he take away from players, bro, instead of letting players, get off when they need to, bro. Like it's times that LeBron looked real shitty in the game. You feel me? And AD was on fire, but instead LeBron took the three, 4 times, airballing, shooting the ball, off the side, and like, bro, like, and I'm like, LeBron, what you doing, bro? AD is on fire. This man got 35 points in the third. Like, why not let the man take off? You feel what I'm saying? It was times that I felt like AD should have really, like, general the rock. Like, look, come through me. We're going to make this happen. I felt like AD should have stepped up and took the ball. You feel what I'm saying? Like, really, like, just, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because we know AD was a point guard before he became a center. You feel what I'm saying? So we know AD can handle the rock. That's never been an issue with AD. It's never been a problem of him shooting the rock. I just felt like that, like sometimes LeBron could be so ball dominant to the point that he killing possessions holding the ball too long. And by the time you get a ball to AD, he got to turn around and throw a crazy shot up. You feel me? Or he either hit it or he don't. You feel what I'm saying? But it like, you're not giving the team time to actually be a team. You feel what I'm saying? LeBron hold the ball to almost the 15-point mark, the 13-point mark. You feel what I'm saying? By the end of the time, it ain't much time for you to figure out what y'all gonna do on this play. You know what I mean?
And then set up because he kind of LeBron controls the rock way too much without enough. Like, I'm gonna say this. The amount of time that he controlled the rock with his ability to assist and rebound and all that kind of cool stuff, he should have a lot more than what he actually has. He just too
and then
ball
him
dominant.
deferring.
Yeah, he too ball dominant. Like it's an imbalance because he's ball dominant, but he wants to dominate the ball and defer to you at the last minute. Like he leaves you with nothing on the clock, like you say, 15 seconds, 10 seconds. He's ball dominant. He come down the court. Okay, we trying to set it up. If he don't make a play, which he's great at, I think he should be making more plays as opposed to trying to create plays because his setup ability, his passing ability is great, but his setup ability is not the same as the pass. Like people think because you can pass, they think that got something to do with being able to facilitate, right? I don't think he can facilitate. It's kind of like the Michael Vick situation, and we're gonna talk football this Friday. Michael Vick had a very, very strong arm, right? But that doesn't mean he was necessarily accurate. So I think LeBron James is great with making decisions and replaying decisions and talking it out, but I don't think it always materialized on the court, in my opinion, from what I've seen. And not for him, because I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think it's just the players around him kind of have a hard time kind of adjusting. And then with LeBron James, they want to win so fast. Like everybody expects LeBron James to go in and be an immediate impact, which he is an impact. And they put a lot of pressure on LeBron, and they put a lot of pressure on the people around LeBron, and they don't give LeBron sometimes enough chance to kind of build chemistry with the team. Like even with Cleveland, they was talking about how he didn't have players. I don't think LeBron has. I can defend LeBron on this point. I don't think LeBron James have ever been in a situation, whether it's self-inflicted or in conjunction with the league, coaching, and leadership, to really sit down with a reasonable and logical team. I think he's had it in spots, but not enough time to really develop into where he could be. Not to suggest that he's a slouch, but he definitely could have more, right? We definitely know LeBron James could do more, produce more, and could have done more. Is he still an ATG? Absolutely. But I think it's just more that's been left on the table for LeBron James due to the lack of chemistry and the time to develop him. And I just think that come with I'm gonna say this. I think LeBron James have had some solid coaches, but I don't think he's had them coaches that could G-check his ass and kind of say, listen, man, look, dog, I got this. I'm the fucking coach. You're the superstar. I think he hasn't had that. I think most of the coaches damn near be looking at LeBron James in the huddle and
like what we gonna do?
What we gonna do?
What we gonna do, LeBron? LeBron, what we gonna do?
I think that's a problem. Hey, I see Phil, you in here, man. You can come on in here and jump in and cook. Phil is on. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. Y'all in here, man. Y'all tripping with about this LeBron situation, man. This man averaged almost 30 points a game in year number 20, and we talking about he's declining. Like that to me, statistically, just doesn't sound correct, right? Basketball is a stat-driven sport. We all know that. You understand what I'm saying? So from that perspective, LeBron James is not declining. He's still one of the best players in the league. Now, this is what I will say right here. I don't think LeBron has left a lot on the table. I think LeBron has done well for himself in the NBA. 20 years in, he's still playing at a high level. He's been fortunate enough to be on some pretty decent teams. He's been fortunate enough to be on some really good teams. But one thing we can't deny about is that if his style of playing is not conducive to what you guys just explained as, and he left a lot on the table, then I would think that half the league would trade. I think half the league would trade his style of play for their style of play, considering how many times he's been to the finals. I mean, he's got 4 chips. I know a lot of people like to compare him to Michael Jordan, but compare him to his contemporaries, and the only person matching him is Steph Curry. That is all. Nobody else has 4 championships that's played in or around the same time as LeBron James outside of Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace to him, right? Who has Kobe has 5 championships?
Right.
So yeah. So outside of that, man, I mean, he's crossed over, 2 decades of athletes, superstars, and LeBron James, since he's been in the NBA, he has been one of those superstars. It's one thing that we cannot deny. The statistics, the playoff runs, the finals runs in sequence with the championship suggest that LeBron James, like you said, is an all-time great. And statistically, this year, in year 20, like I said, he is still playing at a very, very high level. Basketball is absolutely 110% a team game, and you do need that chemistry, without a doubt. You need that chemistry to complete the season just like Denver did, right? And AD is a really good player, but let's not act like AD comes out every single night and just tears the house down. No, AD fights through his own personal injuries all the time. He stay getting hurt. AD isn't the kind of player that you really can lean on night in and night out, but LeBron James is. And this is why the offense runs through LeBron James. Do I think he's a ball dominant person? No, not necessarily, because in the playoffs, if you look at his stats statistically, he played more off the ball. He let his point guards bring the ball up the court, and the offense ran through Anthony Davis, who's the younger, fresher guy. So during the playoff run, where these guys came out, almost made it to the Western Conference Finals. Hey, man, Denver is a hell of a team. They've been the best team in the NBA the entire season. You understand what I'm saying? Did I think the Lakers had a chance to get them? Absolutely not, man. The Denver just has a all-around complete team. But to suggest that the way LeBron James and the Lakers are playing is not good. To me, it's just something that can't be proven statistically outside of them not being able to win against a monstrous Denver Nugget team, man. You know, Jokic, to me, had a phenomenal season. Obviously, Murray, phenomenal season. Pope, phenomenal season. Gordon, phenomenal season. They just got a great thing over there in Denver, man. If they can't keep this team together, they will be a problem because they've been a problem. You understand what I'm saying? They've been an issue in the West for a while now. This year just was their year. This year just was their year.
Everybody together.
You had everybody together. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously they picked up Pope in free agency, who is a hell of a ball player, defensive guy, can shoot the ball, can dribble the ball. You know, everybody on that team outside of Gordon, to me, can handle the ball well. But Gordon's position is a defensive guy. He plays the boards and he's scrappy. You know, they have something for everybody that they play against. And this is why those guys only lost one home game during the postseason. That's almost unheard of. You understand what I'm saying? So with LeBron James, AD, Schroeder, and all those guys making it to the Western Conference Finals, man, that was good. I think everybody plays to win, but that's a tall order to fill against those Denver Nuggets, and they proved it against not just the Lakers, but every team this season as well as in the postseason.
Right. I agree with that, though, Phil. I do, because we were beating the dominant teams that everybody was saying that was better than us, and we wasn't good enough, you know, and we were destroying them. And I remember some games in the season where we were destroying dominant teams. Like when we beat Giannis, then we drugged them by 20. But then Giannis them came back and beat us by 30. You know what I mean? So I agree with you on that, definitely, when you say that, because we were destroying really good teams. You know what I mean? And that's because we had somebody in every facet of the game. But what I'm saying about LeBron, though, bro, is just that I think that sometimes you got to take a back seat, bro. You know what I mean? And I think if LeBron worked on that inside game more, bro, I think he would have. I think if he'd have played on the inside and not been so ball dominant so much in his career, I think he would got more chips. But I also think that would have shortened his stats as well. You feel what I'm saying? But I think he still would have been a very dominant player. You know what I mean? Because he can pass regardless where he is on the floor. When he touched the ball, he's a pretty good passer. But we watch him, you know, have moments where he hold the ball too long. You feel what I'm saying? And you pass the ball at the last second, your team throw up a bad shot. You know, y'all going back down the court, the other team score again.
But this is what I will say about what you're saying right here. Statistically speaking, LeBron James is the best all-around player the NBA has ever seen. Okay? All around. When I talk about reboundings, on the defensive end, of scoring, assists, steals, blocks, he's the best player that the NBA has ever seen statistically. Okay? Now, yeah.
Well, let me say this. Let me split something real quick so we can kind of distinguish some things, because for me to make it clear on, like, when you're addressing the points, I don't think LeBron James is declining. So y'all, I don't know who y'all. I don't know if Zoe said decline. I don't think he's declining. But he's definitely clearly ball dominant. Just because we can point out a few instances where he's not, that doesn't make the rule. Like, so we can caveat a lot of stuff. Like he's absolutely one way all the time. He's not a robot. Like, he's not programmed to be ball dominant, and that's the only description we can give. He can be a lot of shit outside of being ball dominant, but his nature is to be ball dominant and control the ball. Everybody's seen that throughout years. That's not even really a debatable attribute that LeBron James have, right? So just to distinguish between what me and Zoe Money might be saying, because I don't think LeBron James is on the decline. I think he's solid. I think he's a good player. I already said that he's an ATG, and I definitely don't think he's the best all-around player when you start looking at stats that the NBA has ever seen. So
What's going on, bro? Good. Everything good? Yeah. I just parked over because I was on my phone. I ain't want to. Okay.
So I don't think he's the best all around player that we've ever seen, because I mean, obviously we can point to Jordan just as one example to suggest otherwise. And when you look at their stats, Jordan is in that category of best all around player that we've ever seen according to stats. Because whatever stat you pull up, Jordan and him go pound for pound. And if you look at it on a per position, shooting guard versus small forward, Jordan ranked higher as a shooting guard in all statistical categories than LeBron James would as a small forward. And that's not even including the one-on-one statistical battle with the assist and the average per games and the free throw shooting and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, he could be one, but we'll have to take a deep dive and look at that. I know it's just not as clear-cut as people would like to suggest, even if you just look at the template of Michael Jordan. Because you look at the blocks, Jordan and LeBron James got the same average on the blocks. You look at the steals, Jordan got more steals than him. When you look at the assists, LeBron got that, LeBron got rebounds, but Jordan got free throw percentage, Jordan got average points per game, and then LeBron James got turnovers. You see what I'm saying? So when you
but then also LeBron James got more points than Jordan.
He do, and he got more turnovers than Jordan. So he's all-time leading scorer ever, right? He's also the leading scorer in turnovers ever as well, too. So that speaks to ball handling. That speaks to turnover ratio as opposed to scoring ratio. That's your player rating right there. That's your efficiency. If you scoring 20 points, but you're giving me 8 to 5 turnovers a game, then that's gonna mess up your that's gonna mess up what we claim you to be, as opposed to Jordan, who averaged more points per game and way less turnovers. Like that's just a difference. So all around, we look at Jordan as a two-way player, but Jordan is really an all-around player that people don't give him credit for. And we have evidence of him playing point guard for a season, and we seen how that worked out for him. It worked out absolutely good. He had a point where he got 17 assists. I mean, it just depends on the position too, because basketball, man, that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that shit really matters. I know all those guys on the court at the same time, but that shit really does matter. And when you start looking at other people that played in the same era as LeBron James or the same amount of time, they kind of really outdo him, like Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant got 5 rings. Tim Duncan got 5 rings. When we start looking at Steph Curry hasn't played as long as LeBron James, and he got the same amount of rings. Kawhi Leonard and Durant haven't played as long as LeBron James, and they got half the amount of rings. Now, does that suggest that they're going to get to 4? Maybe fucking not, but they haven't played as long as LeBron James. Like people.
Yeah, but talk about Kobe Bryant played with an all-time great Shaquille O'Neal.
And what's the name played with an all-time great and Dwayne Wade played with Shaq too. So the teams float around. It happens.
Right? Yeah, but Dwayne Wade is no Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, I mean, Dwayne Wade couldn't win until he got Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? Let's get off the foolishness.
Hold on, Phil. Shaquille O'Neal was hurt the whole half a season, bro. He missed the whole from he got hurt right before the All-Star break with the toe injury, and he was gone all the way until the playoffs. Dwayne Wade carried that team all the way to the finals.
Well, we see,
but not a factor.
We seen Now listen. I'm not finna suggest that Shaq ain't a factor, right? But in that particular case, when people say that about Wade, that wasn't the case. We seen Dwayne Wade take. If you saw it now, if you even saw the series and you looked it up on Wikipedia, then you might not know. But I actually saw that series where Dwayne Wade took all the way the fuck over to wheel them to the championship. That was not a Shaq-led championship. That was a Dwayne Wade-led championship. Absolutely.
It was not really a factor.
I agree.
Because he wasn't all the way 100% healthy. That's why Miami got rid of him.
I agree to an extent. Shaq still Shaq, but let's not play like this is the Shaq of the 2000s with Kobe Bryant. No, it ain't the same. It ain't like that. No,
Right, because
really
he was
got
not dominant like that. He
yeah.
had his dominance had left because he started having them foot problems. He had a lot of foot injuries. You know what I mean? Back to back to back to back. Then he started having a little knee injuries. You feel what I'm saying? When Shaq got left LA and went to Miami, like he was still a dominant force when he played the first half of that season, but he didn't play the whole first half. And Shaq was doing his thing with Dwayne Wade. But when he got hurt, Dwayne Wade carried them the rest of the way. When Shaq came back, that was a plus on defense and a body in the paint. But he was not the same dominant Shaq he was at the Lakers, bro.
No. Yeah, that was clear. And we just saw Dwayne Wade take over that series. Like it was just clear. I mean, the boy was balling, and he actually earned that championship without a shadow of a doubt. That's why LeBron James paired with him as well too. So that's why I said Dwayne Wade. And if we say Kobe and Shaq, I say Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne Wade's that same guy who carried Shaq as well too. So Dwayne Wade is definitely an all-time great and a force to be reckoned with. It's just unfortunate that the guy kind of had to kill his shit a little early because of, he had the cartilage taken out of his knee because, they asked him, hey man, you could go pro or you can have this surgery done and you're going to be missing some shit, but you're going to have a short career, or you can wait and have a long career.
Let me ask you a question, though. How many points did I agree. I think Dwayne Wade did take over that series for sure. But how many points did Shaquille O'Neal average in those playoffs?
In Miami?
Yeah.
You can pull that up, Zone, because you got the two-way thing where you can pull up how many points he averaged in the playoffs. What was that? 2004, I think.
Okay, let's pull it up. Let's look it up.
Yeah, that was like 2004. I think when Wade went to the finals, because that was Wade had been in the league for a year already. Because him, LeBron, and Carmelo all came in at 2003. So I'm thinking it was a year or maybe two. It might have been 2005.
And so why are we looking that up? What are you saying about his average though, Phil?
Averaged.
What is he saying about the average though? While I'm looking it up,
No, I wanna see what Shaquille O'Neal averaged during the playoffs when the Miami Heat won a championship.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all keep cooking. I'm finna find it.
Yeah. Nah, but what I'm saying is this right here, bro. For me personally, when it comes to LeBron James and his contemporaries, the only person that really compares to him that he's played with is obviously Kobe's a little bit ahead of LeBron, obviously. Dwayne Wade is right around him. Carmelo Anthony is right around him. Durant came after him. Steph came after him. But they,
when did Steph come in the league?
Man, I think like maybe right around maybe 09, maybe somewhere around there.
Did him and Damian Lillard come in at the same time, or Lillard came in after Curry?
Oh, I don't know. I couldn't answer that.
Because I know Curry been in the league now about 14, 15 years, right?
Yeah, so that's probably like around 09, 10, somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah.
See if they still okay, good. They still got it up here. We saying this is the 05-06 season, right?
Yeah, when they went to the finals.
On the post. We're going to the 05-06.
Yeah, the postseason.
Let me see the
postseason playoffs.
Yeah, because they beat Dallas that year.
05-06. Hold on. They got Dwayne Wade, offensive leader. I'm just looking at it real quick. In playoffs, Dwayne Wade, while we here, was averaging 28.4. Just offensive leaders. This for the 2005-2006 season, right? In the playoffs, Gilbert Arenas was averaging 34.0. LeBron James was averaging 30.8. was 29.6. Dwayne Wade was fourth with 28.4. Kobe was 27.9. I'm finna go to the complete leaders and see if Shaq even make it on here. Okay, there you go. Shaq. Shaq was averaging 18.4 in the postseason.
Postseason, 18.4. How many rebounds?
Averaging, let me get the rebounds. You got to columnize. Hold on. His rebounds was, let me rank them. Oh, well, hold on. Let me tell you what number he was with the points as well too on the whole totality. He was ranked in the playoffs. Shaq is 28th, okay, on the list for the average of the players in the playoffs. Now let's look at rebounds. Shaquille O'Neal was averaging 7.5, so that's not a double-double.
That's not double-double.
No. That's not actually, you know what? Hold on for a second. Let me make sure something. Actually, that's wrong. That's Jermaine O'Neal. So let me go down even further. Hold on. Damn, I don't even see Shaq on here. I see Jermaine. Okay, there you go. There goes Shaq. I found him. He 9.8. He 9.8. He 9.8 and he 18.4 points.
So that's basically close to a double average out.
Yeah, he close to it. And
Yeah.
he in 33 minutes. He averaged.
Oh, so he wasn't even playing the full 48 no more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty efficient. In my opinion, I mean, I don't know what you guys think. You know what I mean?
For 33 minutes, that is pretty efficient. Especially,
That's why I said that when I said Shaq is still Shaq now, but we know Dwayne Wade carried the finals.
Right.
You point to the stats, it suggests that Shaq wasn't on the floor, but when he was on the floor, he was definitely solid. But that showed you the gaps that was there for Dwayne Wade to bust and do his thing. Therefore, showing that Dwayne Wade willed that championship to the Miami Heat.
Right, he definitely did.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not. Yeah, look. This the thing right here. I'm not saying that he didn't will that championship for the Miami Heat, but Dwayne Wade didn't win again until he got King James and Chris Bosh. So
Agreed.
Yeah, so that's my point. And when James got there, he outperformed Dwayne Wade. Okay, so I mean,
I don't know.
we can look at it. This ain't even. He got the computer right there. We ain't gotta say we don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know what Zoe Money know, but I that ain't how I got there. We got there because you took us here. You asked us to look up the stats, and we was just talking about how you said LeBron James was not playing with certain players. You was just talking about his help or lack thereof when you was comparing to the AD. And then I said, no, Kobe. You said Kobe played with Shaq. We know that. That's a good point. Then said, well, okay, we played with Dwayne Wade. LeBron James played with Dwayne Wade. So just as Shaq and Kobe was together and dominated for those 3 years, because don't forget they got their ass kicked by Detroit too now.
Yeah.
Like they didn't lose. And then Dwayne Wade willed them to a championship to prove himself before LeBron James got there. So to suggest that Shaq was the reason that Dwayne Wade was who he was, that's how we got there. And I'm saying that's false. Dwayne Wade absolutely was the man. So
that's not false though, because Dwayne Wade still didn't win until he got Shaq. Period. There's no way around that.
We know that Shaq was on a roster, and we're not talking about absolute. We're saying that it's a team sport. You already said that. We already got that clear. What we're saying is, of course, with Shaq and Kobe, they have to win together because it is a team. They were both dominant, and they both got 3 championships.
But you can't say that when he only played half a season, though, bro.
Yeah, and we didn't get to that. We didn't got to that actual that actual reality within the season. Because I'm still giving Shaq his credit. I'm not even going as far as you. I'm just trying to get this down packed. Then we can start peeling that shit apart. I'm saying Dwayne Wade was the man on that team.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not my issue. I'm not saying Dwayne Wade wasn't the man on that team. What I'm saying is Dwayne Wade did not win his championship until he got Shaq, and he didn't win another one until he got LeBron and Chris Bosh. It's just the facts. And when LeBron got to the team, Dwayne Wade was not the man anymore on that team. It was LeBron James.
And LeBron James didn't win anything until he got with the same person that you said didn't win to Shaq, and Shaq didn't even play the entire season. See, okay, Shaq did not play the entire season, and Dwayne Wade was the man that won that when Shaq was on the team. So Shaq didn't win his fourth ring until he got with Dwayne Wade. LeBron James and Chris Bosh didn't win a fucking thing until they got with Dwayne Wade. That's the that's the point. I don't know what we missing in that. Dwayne Wade did his thing.
Right, because LeBron had no championships. He just had a final appearance against San Antonio and got swept.
I can see if he had won one before, then I can say, yeah, you kind of right there, Phil, because both of them niggas came in, and then LeBron also outperformed him. Dwayne Wade,
but he won, but he won. He won two more after he left Dwayne Wade. Come on, man, what the fuck are we talking about? It's not like we can't point to this. Okay, he won his first one with Dwayne Wade, and then he won two more after Dwayne Wade. How many does Dwayne Wade have? Two? That's it. Look, three. He got three. Okay, he got three. He got one less than LeBron, right or wrong?
Less than LeBron James.
All right, just making sure.
He played less years than LeBron James. LeBron James don't play 20 goddamn years.
Yeah,
bro, right. Dwayne Wade just retired, bro.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
You know what I mean? Let me look up the years. Let me look up the years on how long he played.
Yeah, bro. I know how many years Dwayne Wade played, but it don't really matter because guess what? Look, we're talking about championships, right? When did Dwayne Wade come out of Marquette?
The same year LeBron did. All them came in together. They was in the same draft. Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and LeBron James.
03.
03. Okay, so when did Dwayne Wade retire?
You said you gonna tell us.
No, I'm asking you. No, I'm asking you. You got the computer pulled up. I don't want to spew propaganda. When did he retire?
Okay, let me look at the season. You said you knew, so I was gonna go with what you were saying.
Right,
no, I'm saying. What I'm saying is this right here. Dwayne Wade just retired.
Okay.
LeBron James. LeBron James last championship. I want to say Dwayne Wade was still in the league, bro. Or maybe it was the year. Or maybe it was the year before. Yeah, it was either the year before when Dwayne Wade retired.
Okay, I'll give you the year before, but that's
it was either the year before. I mean, not really though.
When the last time LeBron won a championship? That's like 4 years ago, bro.
Exactly. So what I'm telling you is this right here. They came in at the same time, and LeBron James has 4 championships, and it's not too far after Dwayne Wade was removed.
Oh, you talking about the 4th one that he got?
Exactly.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Now the bubble championship, that's what you refer to.
Yeah, he played 17 years. He played from 03 to 2019, COVID shit. So he played 17 years.
So he got his 4th championship during the bubble. When LeBron James got his 4th championship, Dwayne Wade was still active in the NBA.
Yeah. So
there you go. I rest my case. You can't really defend that. You said he played longer than him, but the truth of the matter is, if you just want to count the championships, LeBron James accomplished more within the same amount of years as Dwayne Wade. Period.
No, you talking way no. The original point was
this is my point.
Okay, what's your point?
My point is this right here. You said that Dwayne Wade played less time than LeBron James because we were talking about the 4 championships. Dwayne Wade has 3. LeBron James has 4. You alluded to because the longevity of LeBron James, but LeBron James obtained his 4 championships in the same amount of time that Dwayne Wade was an active player. Hence, that he accomplished more within his 17 years than Dwayne Wade did in his 17 years. That's all I'm saying.
No. What we were talking about was winning championships. You were suggesting, and we can get back to this because you went way. I'm talking about when you said that LeBron James didn't. You were suggesting he wasn't playing with nobody. Or did he?
No. I never said he wasn't playing with nobody. I said that LeBron James, when you talked about Kobe Bryant and you talked about Dwayne Wade, I said, well, right. Kobe had a prime Shaq, okay? And Dwayne Wade didn't win until he got Shaq after he had left LA. And then you brought up the point, that
I said that Shaq was not a factor in that championship.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which obviously we just figured out that he was a factor. He just wasn't the same Shaq that was with Kobe. He just wasn't the same.
We didn't figure that out. We didn't figure that out. You think that we didn't figure that out? No, we didn't figure that out.
Okay, so I said I guess 18 and 10. That's not a factor. I got you.
He didn't play the whole regular season to even.
But he missed about what 50 something games, bro. Like 50, 53.
No,
54.
I'm talking about the postseason, bro. We talking about championships.
He came back in the postseason, right?
Okay, we're talking about. Bro. I'm not. Bro, this is the thing. I'm not disputing who team it was. It was the Dwayne Wade team. But the truth of the matter is, if 18 and 10 is something that's not a factor, then I guess we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna debate that with nobody. I'm not. Yeah, with 33 minutes, I'm not finna. I'm not finna debate.
I'm trying to say, I mean, that's awesome for 33 minutes. That is. I am not gonna deny that, Phil. But how many times did he do that, bro? Because in order to get to the playoffs, you got to win in the regular season, bro. You got to be the top team or close to.
So yeah, I get it. They had a play in this year, and they made it to the chip. I get it.
Listen. So right. Okay. So check this out. Right. Okay. So we're saying that it's a good point. Now going back to this, so we're saying that because LeBron James accomplished more rings in the same amount of time that Dwayne Wade was active, strictly talking about championships, that makes him more accomplished, right, or better?
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about on a just on a championship basis, exclusively a championship basis. If you have 4 rings and the other guy has 3 rings, then
right.
Yeah, because he won 2 with LeBron and he won 1 with Shaq.
So it won't be any. So if that's not true, it won't be any excuses or caveats, right? It won't be no caveats. If that's not a true statement, then that's just not a true statement, right? Because Dwayne Wade stopped playing 18 and 19 season, and LeBron James won that shit the year afterwards.
Right.
Yes. So that's not true. So he didn't win 4 during the whole entire year he was playing. Because Toronto, that's the year Toronto then fucking won their championship.
Right.
Then LeBron won the bubble on the fucking COVID pandemic situation. Yeah. He won it still. I'm not knocking him, but it's outside of that window. So they both won 3 based on what your criteria is. So that's false.
Well, I asked you what the year was. You motherfuckers just told me that the year was 19.
It was 18, 19.
Yeah, y'all said the year was 19. I don't have the statistics in front of me. I know. So the bubble championship was when? 19?
No. Listen, look right here. They corrected it too as well. I'm telling you, you said this is what you said. You said you know how long he played. You said just go look it up so we won't be just bullshitting. We looked it up, and when I said his years, you immediately started going into your spiel about how that was within. And I was like,
no. What I said was it either was the year of or the year before Dwayne Wade was top. That's exactly what I said. Did I not say that?
It was neither one. No,
Okay,
it's
thank you so much. Tthank you so much. Thank you.
You did.
not
But
neither one of them though. It's not
but
before
but
or
that's a
during.
5 year span though, bro.
Yeah, it's
That's a
not. It's
5 year span.
it's not before or during. It's after Dwayne Wade retired.
That's what I just said, bro. I said he either did it the year of or the year before Dwayne Wade, excuse me, not the year before, the year after Dwayne Wade retired. 1 year removed is exactly what I said.
That's what I'm saying. You kind of tripped me up because you said before. I don't know if you was misspeaking, but that's what. Okay, so you meant to say afterwards. Okay, because you were saying a combination of two things. I didn't know which one you were saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, yeah. Not, when I said not long after Dwayne Wade was removed, is what I'm saying. What I said.
Okay, gotcha. So
Yeah.
then that means it's outside of that. So in 17 years, they both accomplished 3, and LeBron James, 2 of them was when he went to play with Dwayne Wade. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I mean and that's fine. The only reason why I brought up the point is because we did the years and it was said that he retired within the bubble year. So I said, okay, well, then if he did it in the bubble year, simple math is that
Right.
he got 4. You see what I'm saying? But if the dates are wrong, then obviously it's 3 and 3. I'm not going to debate facts. That's not. I'm not here to do that.
Right. Yeah, it's outside of the 17. It's outside of 17. But they both got 3, and that's what the point was. Shaq played with Kobe. If we're using Kobe as a metric to have a person to help him, Dwayne Wade helped LeBron James, and vice versa. Kobe helped Shaq. Shaq helped Kobe. Dwayne Wade helped LeBron. LeBron helped Dwayne Wade. It's a team sport.
But what about them other 2 from Kobe though?
He went out and did it with other people outside of Shaq.
Yeah, I mean that's just like Steph Curry. I mean, look, this thing right here. When KD went to LA, I mean not LA to Golden State. Yeah, when he went to Golden State, we all know what he did in the playoffs, bro. I mean, we all know what Curry is, but let's get off the bullshit.
He took over the team, yeah.
Yeah, KD was the man. It's the same situation when LeBron went to Miami. Not taking away from D Wade, and definitely not taking away from Curry, because I think Curry is a dog, one of the biggest dogs in the league, period. But you know, sometimes you just get certain players that you got to concede to, and I just think with LeBron James when he went over there to Miami, D Wade conceded, just like Curry conceded to Durant. You know what I mean? It's just these guys are going to help one another win. It's a team game. You understand what I'm saying? But I think to suggest that LeBron James is on, first of all, on the decline, or he's so ball down, because in the postseason this year, he absolutely was not ball dominant. The offense went through Anthony Davis because it should have. That's what they should have did. You understand what I'm saying? Because he had the mismatch, and the kid can ball when he's healthy. But, you know, I think he's a liability in other standpoints of the game. But offensively, AD can score with the best of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, because I think LeBron might have averaged during the postseason this year, maybe might be 25 points.
Yeah, LeBron shot. I don't think nobody would. I don't think a person would. I think Zoe might have used the word decline. I don't know what he meant, but I again, like I said, the same thing with Shaq. See, I don't really like to take credit away from these guys because to me,
hey Zone, look real quick. I'm gonna jump off real quick. My signal messed it up, and I'm gonna jump right back on.
I got you. Right. My thing is this: I don't think that I don't believe in taking credit away from these guys within a team sport, because I believe in giving full credit to the guys that actually beat them. Right? Like, I'm not gonna take away from LeBron James in this playoff series, because that means Joker beat the whatever version of LeBron James you think he is. See, so that's full credit to Joker. That strengthens Joker's claim to the championship. So I don't take anything away from him. I don't really take anything away from Shaq as well, too, although I think it was more it was led by Dwayne Wade. But that just gives more esteem to Dwayne Wade in the Miami Heat when Shaq was on the team. That's just how I look at it.
I guess you got a point there, Zone, but I just honestly and truly, bro, I really think he on a decline, bro. Like he didn't LeBron for the first time to me look vulnerable. And I ain't never seen him look vulnerable like that on the court, bro.
Okay,
Ever.
so, and listen, I'm with you. I'm just saying it's a distinction between what you're saying and what I'm saying. So Phil, when he say y'all, I'm trying to hold on. Now, I ain't saying the same things old money saying. I am saying that he is ball dominant. That's why I asked. I said, man, is it a thought process that not Dwayne Wade, but LeBron James may be declining or whatever the case may be? And I don't. I don't think there was. I think that Joker them just beat him. I think Joker beat one of the best versions of LeBron James and the best version of AD, and he earned that win. Him and Denver. And that's just what it is. Because to me, when you say LeBron was on the decline, you kind of give Joker, you take away credit from Joker, and that's just my opinion. So I see what you're saying. You're going from a real perspective, a real basketball perspective, and you're saying, shit, if you think you're on decline, I like to hear it. I ain't got no problem.
But when have we seen LeBron not be the monster that he been and go to the hole viciously like that, Zone? Like we used to watch LeBron manhandle niggas, dog. You know what I mean? How many games you don't watch LeBron just do niggas like they were little boys in the paint? You feel what I'm saying? This year was the time I actually seen times where he looked kind of confused, like he was going to the paint and that shit wasn't always working. You feel what I'm saying? Like he wasn't as elusive as he once was, or as dominant as he was going to the paint when niggas would move out his way. I remember seeing niggas move out of LeBron way, bro. When he was coming to the hole, nigga used to move out the way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by as in on the decline. I'm not taken away from Jokic because Jokic was superior regardless of what LeBron did. LeBron didn't guard Jokic. You feel what I'm saying? So we're not talking about Jokic versus LeBron. We're just talking about LeBron on the decline. Father Time is catching up with his body. You know what I mean? He's not the same elite small forward we've seen that we've become accustomed to over the years. You know what I mean? He's not the same guy. And everybody expected to just be another LeBron takeover. You feel what I'm saying? Especially after he beat the Warriors. Everybody was like, oh yeah, it's over. LeBron gonna win it all. But I'm sitting there the whole time like, nah, bro. You got them Nuggets over there, man. And they're a complete squad. And I've been saying that all year long. I said, bro, we finally got our whole squad back, bro. You know what I mean? And we the most complete team in the NBA. I watched how we broke people down all year long, bro. And I knew when we played the Lakers, we were gonna smash them. Did I know we was gonna sweep them? No. I didn't see that coming. But after that second game, I said they get swept. You know what I mean? Because they couldn't keep up. It was almost like they were a step behind and we were 3 steps ahead. You feel what I'm saying? Like we just really, like, LeBron just didn't look like himself to me. That's just my personal opinion. He didn't look like the man that I'm accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna keep on cooking on this thing, man. Phil Walker said he gonna be back in, so we can kind of cook on this decline of LeBron James. And so we'll put a pin in LeBron James. And move around the NBA, right? Just to talk, just keep cooking on this NBA shit, right? Man, so you got Joker them coming back, possibly winning the NBA championship again, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think got the best chance of winning the MVP for the NBA this year? Early predictions, just early. I know it just got over with, but
early predictions.
We're gonna do this all year, so it ain't. You can change.
Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think it's Jamal Murray time. Between him and Ja, if he can get his mind right, if they don't suspend him too long,
He's gonna be suspended.
Yeah, I think he's gonna miss half a season. You know what I mean? Kind of like how they burnt Deshaun Watson. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I really do think I think John Morant got the potential to be a great player in the NBA, bro, if he can get his mind right. You know what I mean? And also you can't leave out Curry because Curry do so much for his team. You know what I mean? He do a whole lot for his team. Like he hold him up. Without Curry, the Golden State ain't the same team. You know what I mean? So between MVPs, I really think Jamal Murray about to take a step up. I honestly do, because I've been saying this for years about Jamal Murray, and people don't really give Jamal Murray his credit, but Jokic been killing for the last 3, 4 years. He been MVP twice, and now Finals MVP. You feel what I'm saying? But he couldn't get to that final until he got his boy his Batman back. You feel what I'm saying? Because honestly, I believe Jokic has made his name as a great, great, great center, but I still say the team is Jamal Murray. You know what I mean? They don't operate without Jamal Murray. We see that. We see the evidence of him being in that lineup. How much more of a difference and how much more dangerous Denver is. Not to mention Michael Porter Jr. as well, that they don't give enough credit to as well. You feel what I'm saying? And then you got Aaron Gordon. You know what I mean? They got a solid squad if they can keep them together. Then they got solid bench players. You know what I mean? Like as in Brown and the other Brown. You know what I mean? Then they got people sitting on the bench that could be a factor, but they ain't even playing in the game because them boys balling so well. You know what I mean? So it's just I see us having then Mike Malone just on fire, man. I just see him, I really think he should have won Coach of the Year. Did he win Coach of the Year?
I don't know. I don't know if he won Coach of the Year. I wasn't paying attention to that one. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I had locked in so much with this boxing. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I know.
we finna clean all that up. We're gonna be really a lot more on point. That's why I'm introducing it. That's why this is basketball talk number one. So we finna bring it back right like it's supposed to be.
Right.
Just for you guys to know, just for an announcement, I'm gonna have a big, massive. I'm calling all the football heads, man. We're gonna have a big, massive football sports talk zero, the first one on the channel on Friday at the same time. I'm gonna go offline for a couple of days. Today, what Tuesday? We're gonna let Wednesday breathe, Thursday, and then Friday, clear your calendar, clear your schedule. It's gonna be that football talk, and we're gonna go all over the place on that one. So be ready on Friday night. I know most of y'all gonna be chilling and relaxing, be off work, and you're gonna be getting ready for your weekend. But that Friday night, we're gonna have a big football conversation, man. A big one, a big time. We're gonna talk about everything, free agency and everything. So brush
Happy,
up.
happy, happy early Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. Yes, sir. Gotta give respect to the men. Without the men, this world has no foundation.
Yep,
Thank
yep,
God for all the fathers, man.
yep. Happy Father's Day to you guys out there. That's a good one. That's a good one. Also, so back to this basketball, Cook, man. What do you expect next year, man? How you liking the NBA? What you think about the NBA? And this is a good question too. Do you think the NBA is rigged? Because a lot of people like to say that. They like to say that. So what's your thoughts on if the NBA is rigged or not?
I, I I don't know, man, because it be times, bro, like you be like, hold on, bro, how he get back here again? You know what I mean? Like all them times LeBron went to the finals, bro. Like I felt like I don't know if teams took a back seat sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I felt like it was moments where the Cleveland Cavaliers should have lost, bro. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. But they will find their way back. You know what I mean? Like when they were down 3-1 in that series in 2016 in the finals against Golden State, bro. Like and the folk came all the way back to win it. You know what I mean? That was historic for Cleveland, the city of Cleveland. And I was happy that I respect that finals more than anything. But I just was like, how in the hell did he come back and beat the Warriors, bro? Like that just like that high power octane offense they had. Like I I just could. I feel like Vegas got a lot to do with some outcomes in the NBA. You know what I mean? But
I think the difference in that series was Kyrie Irving put them things on goddamn work. He showed you what it was, and then that's what
yeah,
changed dynamics. I think, with all due respect, Kawhi, not Kawhi, but Kyrie supposed to have got that MVP, man, because he really changed it.
yeah, he changed that whole
I get it.
series.
I get it. I understand how it goes and stuff like that. So listen, this is what we're gonna do, man. I'm gonna make this last call for everybody. No Phil, so he's supposed to get back in here. Maybe he's tied up. This is a good quick one. I ain't gonna keep you past 11 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's a Tuesday for most of us. We're gonna keep it pumping like this. This is the last call for anybody that want to get on and speak their piece about the Denver Nuggets defeating the Miami Heat. If there's any Miami Heat fans, you can come speak your piece. If you want to speak your piece on Joker, you can do that. Greek, you can do that. Free agency, anything that you might have missed, anything that you disagree with. The link is in the chat. You can jump on. Me and Zoe Money on this thing. Phil Walker on this thing. He said he's gonna come. We'll give him a chance. So Zoe Money, go ahead and take it away, man. Say what you want to say. Okay.
Them fucking Denver Nuggets. That's all I want to say. Champs, motherfucker. Champs. There y'all talking about them goddamn Nuggets. Let's get it. And we're going back next year. Test that shit if you want. I'm out.
All right. So Money killed it, man. He called it. He said, "Bring his team." I'm finna get ready to close it out, man. I'm finna see if anybody else gonna jump in. Before I do that, I just don't want nobody to be like I'm on my way and then they just don't jump on, right? This is the last call for the last few minutes, last 15 minutes or so, or 2-3 minutes. So this is it. I'm not gonna fill too much of this up with hot air. I'm gonna get to the music. That's our basketball conversation for the day. We got one coming up on football. It's scheduled. You can go on the YouTube page and look that up. This is Zone 6 Sports and the Fix Sports, the YouTube sports community, the YTSE. You know what I'm saying? You got to get used to saying that, the YTSE. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. If you talk sports, soccer, golf, karate, collegiate wrestling, high school football, youth football, amateur boxing, MMA, women's tennis, men's tennis, singles, the doubles, NASCAR, Formula One. If you got something on that, you could cook on it and introduce us to a lot of things. So that is what it is. I'm not going to drag this video out with a whole bunch of public service announcement. You guys know what I do by now. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. Last call for anybody that may want to join. I'm finna crank this music up for a few minutes, and then if nobody joins, we're gonna shut it down.
Video in six boxing.